Ladies and gentlemen, parents and guardians are reminded to supervise your children at all times. Please ensure that small children remain towards the lower level of the bleachers. Any running or other playing on the bleachers is strongly discouraged. It is actually prohibited.
Really younger guy. Were you in weight lessons? He's like, yeah, I was in weight. I'm like, good. I'm like, good. Your dad is weight, guy. And the other thing, I'm in Marshall's. I don't even know where I was in Marshall's. Saks, $13 for a 2-pack. Yeah, it was there. I'm loading up on that. It was down to 27. I had an hour between games for basketball, so I'm like, let me just get out of here. I was by myself. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit in basketball and watch it. And I went there, and so it's down. It's like 46. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got like some fancy ones, but most I just got flashes though.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wayne Hills High School for this evening's playoff game between the visiting Spartans of Sparta High School and the Wayne Hills Patriots. Today's contest is being conducted according to the rules of the New Jersey Interscholastic Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated and could subject the violator to ejection and may result in penalties being assessed against their team. Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of sportsmanship. Fans, coaches, and players are expected to treat the opponent, the officials, and other fans with respect and courtesy. Their safety and comfort should never be endangered. Fans, coaches, and players are expected to make good sportsmanship a priority at all times. We take great pride in the efforts of our athletes, the leadership of our coaches, and the support of our fans. Enjoy the game. Inability to comply with these simple requests will cause you to lose the privilege of watching this event. And first, let us introduce the Spartans of Sparta High School. And now for the starting lineup for the Patriots. Here is their starting offensive lineup. At wide receiver number 3, David Van Hook, number 3. At wide receiver number 2, Braden Beret, number 2. At tight end, number 17, Kyle DiArgenio, number 17. At tackle, number 74, Anthony Cuccinello, number 74. At guard, number 62, Johnny Kraus, number 62. At center, number 72, Vincent Romano, number 72. At guard, number 56, Evan Tybal, number 56. At tackle, number 66, Mohammed Nopal. At wide receiver, number 11, Cherno St. Paul. At running back, number 29, Evan Rappaport, number 29. At running back, number 26, Ethan Zakarsky, number 26. At quarterback, number 12, Mike Fitzsimmons, number 12. And also at quarterback, number 8, James Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the rest of the Patriot squad. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. We have in attendance tonight the legendary coach, Chris Olson. Coach Olson led the Patriots to 8 state titles and 231 wins, including a state record 55 straight wins during his storied time here. Beyond the numbers, Coach Olson built a standard of excellence, demanding hard work, discipline, and character from every player who wore the Patriot uniform. His influence continues to shape this program and the lives of hundreds of athletes who learned what it means to be a true Wayne Hills Patriot. We are honored to welcome Coach Olson back home to Patriot Stadium and are thrilled to announce he will be the very first inductee into the Wayne Hills Football Ring of Honor. A new tradition that will celebrate those whose impact and legacy have defined Wayne Hills football. A round of applause, please. And on a more serious note, over the summer, Christian Olson, a Wayne Hills Patriots alumnus from the class of 2002, and son of Coach Olson, was diagnosed with a form of brain cancer. Christian was a 3-year starter at Wayne Hills with a career record of 32-4, throwing for over 4,600 yards with 56 touchdown passes. Christian was also a 2-time first-team All-County and first-team All-State player who continued to play football at both the University of Notre Dame and the University of Virginia. This year, our football team has been wearing the number 11 on their helmets in solidarity with Christian's fight, because once you're a Patriot, you're always a Patriot. We know Christian will stay Patriot strong and keep fighting until he wins. The Olson family would like to thank the Wayne Hills community for their support during this difficult time. Thank you. The officials in tonight's game, the crew chief Steve Turner, the umpire Terry Shoebridge, the linesman Manny Bernardes, the line judge Steve Gagliano, the field judge Matthew Haddad, the side judge Jay Rosenfeld, The game clock operator, Charlotte Phipps. The chain crew, Steve Gallagher. Also on the chain crew, Robert Charivoli and Richard Franco. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please rise for the playing of our national anthem. The captains will meet at midfield for the coin toss for the visiting Spartans, number 17, Shane Hoover, Brady Shagawat, number 53, Seth Gary.
It's Halloween night here at Patriots Stadium, and the stage is set as the 7-2 seeded Patriots take on the 6-3 7th seeded Spartans of Sparta. I'm Michael Cantilli, and I'm pleased to be joined alongside my broadcast partners Jake Goodman and Brandon Stone. So, Jake, what is Wayne Hills' number one key to success here in this round one playoff game?
I think it's just taking care of the ball. Obviously, it's really windy tonight. I feel like they're going to be a very run-heavy offense tonight, and I think that's the key to winning tonight is just running the ball, having a good time in possession, and not turning the ball over.
Brandon, what is Wayne Hills' keys to success tonight?
Yeah, going off what Jake said, running the ball will be key. There's probably not going to see a lot of 60-yard bombs down the field. Instead, you're going to see a more run-heavy offense, and Wayne Hills is definitely prepared for that between Ethan Zaharski and Evan Rappaport.
Yeah, Sparta has some amazing offensive talent in their quarterback, Shane Hoover, along with Brady Shagawa and Jacob Etro. They have a stacked offense, and this Wayne Hills defense is no joke either, so it's going to be a very interesting game, to see how Wayne Hills defense deals with this Sparta offense, as both teams are at midfield for the coin toss. And like we said, the wind is howling tonight. There's about 40-mile-per-hour winds here. So, extra points, field goals, passing the ball, it's all going to be a little bit harder for both sides. Sparta has had some great games this season. They've had games where they've scored, 60 points, 50 points. It's a lot like this Patriots offense. They put up high numbers. And I believe they will receive the first half kickoff, and Wayne Hills will be the one kicking to them. So here are the Patriots now to get this game underway.
Number 24, Anthony Septembre, and number 18, Christian Robert.
May is back now to send it off to the Spartans. And the ball blew over. And May is going to have to reset now. Just goes to show how windy it truly is going to be today. And they will actually get it off now, and it will dribble into the end zone. Now let's take a look at defensive starters for Wayne Hills.
Troy Nemikoff, School 16 Clifton.
Colin Murray, James Fallon Elementary.
Sean George, APT Elementary.
Silly Vasilopoulos, APT.
Luke Bacchioni, Tunistai Elementary.
Mona Fall, Tunisda Elementary.
Anthony Perez, Tunisda Elementary.
Evan Tybel, Tunisda Elementary.
David Van Hook, Tunistai Elementary.
Bryn Veray, Clifton Elementary School 8.
Evan Rappaport, Tunisda Elementary.
Anthony Cuccinello, Tunisda Elementary.
So here is Hoover now and the Spartans. First possession of the game. Hoover alone in the backfield. Motion at the line. Etro coming in motion. Shagawat coming to Hoover's side, and the handoff to Shagawat. He breaks outside, has a little bit of room, but is wrapped up. Great play made by the line. Only a gain of about 2 there.
Yeah, this Wayne Hills run defense has played very well so far this year, and right there they show off why their linebacker core and defensive line has been so effective against other teams' run game.
Yeah, just a great tackle there by Vasilopoulos. And those are going to be the tackles that Wayne Hills needs tonight in this huge playoff game.
Spartans going no huddle here. Hoover back to pass. Fires one way down the sideline and a little bit overthrown. And that's going to bring up a crucial 3rd down here for the Spartans.
Yeah, well, despite the conditions, Sparta shows they're not afraid to take some deep shots. The wind has died down a little bit here. But right there, just completely missed the connection, and great coverage right there.
Yeah, so it's a little hard to tell whether that was a QB error or a wind error. Maybe a little bit of both, but 3rd down here now. Hoover back to pass. Escaping. Fires sideline for Shagawat. And he stays on his feet, barreling through, and he's going to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, Shagala is one of Sparta's best players, and connection between him and Hoover is going to be key for this Spartans offense tonight. Wayne Hills, meanwhile, they've got those 2 players to watch, plus a scary group of receivers, so they have their hands full. Luckily, Vasily Vasilopoulos is back in coverage for the Patriots.
Here's Hoover now, the handoff, Shagawat, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, a gain of about 2 there.
Yeah, an impressive tackle right there from Colin Murray, just a textbook tackle, as Sparta appears to be pushing the pace a little bit early in this one.
Here's Sparta now, 2nd and about 7 now. Hoover looking to his sideline, signaling to the line. Hoover takes the snap, looking, fires for Little, and he is brought down just short of the 50-yard line, and that's going to be another 1st down for the Spartans.
So that was a comeback route he ran right there, and it looked like Colin Murray was on the coverage, but unfortunately just not able to get in front of this one, but he is able to make the tackle to prevent more damage.
Sparta moving the ball a little bit here. Hoover back to pass once again. A lot of time, and he's just going to throw it into the dirt, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, it looked like there was a designed halfback slip screen pass for Shagawat right there. But Wayne Hills had impressive coverage. They didn't bite on it, and they didn't allow him to get downfield. Instead, they stayed convicted in their zone coverage and was able to force an incomplete pass.
Hoover now with Shagawat in the backfield. Hoover, the handoff to Shagawat. Not a lot of room. Escape, stays on his feet. Shagawat barreling forward, and he could have what turns out to be a gain of 4.
Yeah, I think that's a really impressive play by Shagawat. He was very patient, waiting to find the hole, and was able to turn what could have been a loss to about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
3rd and 5 now for the Spartans. They've already converted on 3rd down once on this drive. The handoff to Shagawat, and he dives forward, and the ball comes loose, but the ref says he was down by contact, and I believe just short of the line to gain.
Yeah, you got to imagine this 4th down territory right here. I mean, it's 4th and only 1 or 2 yards to go, and Shagawatt's proved very effective on this drive. So I'd be very surprised if they brought the punt team out.
Yeah, so 4th and 2 now. Like Brandon said, it's a little bit of awkward territory. I mean, it's obviously, even if you had the leg, it's way too windy to kick a field goal, but... And I do believe they're bringing out the punt unit. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. I see Hoover in there. They are going for it here on 4th and 2. And the ball keeps blowing away from the line of scrimmage. So the ref is just going to make sure to reset things here. Hoover now, the handoff, and he is short. He is stuffed. What a play by the Wayne Hills defense. That's a turnover on downs. Now let's take a look at offensive starters for Wayne Hills.
Coyote Argenio, the Tunis Dye.
Vincent Romano, Tunis Dye Elementary.
Mike Fitzsimmons, Pines Lake Elementary.
Ethan Zukarski, Pines Lake Elementary. James Wolf, IHM. David Van Hook, Tunis Dye Elementary.
Evan Tybel, Tunis Dye Elementary.
Bryn Veray, Clifton Elementary School 8.
Mona Fall, Tunis Dye Elementary.
Cherno St. Paul, APT Elementary.
Evan Rappaport, Tunis Dye Elementary.
Chase Canning, APT Elementary.
Anthony Cuccinello, Tunis Dye Elementary.
Matthew May, the James Fallon Elementary.
Johnny Krause, Pines Lake Elementary.
And the handoff to Zaharski. He takes a big hit, and he's going to get a gain of about 4 there. And not much to gain there, but a gain nonetheless.
Yeah, the play calling so far in this game is all that I expected. We're going to see a lot of running in this game. Only really throwing on 3rd and longs or maybe to catch the defense off guard, but I really like what both teams are doing here. Just get easy yards, run the ball, don't do anything too special.
I like Braden Veray up at the top of your screen right there on the slant route.
There's Fitzsimmons now. Rolling out, not a lot of room. Breaks a tackle and barrels forward for the first down. Moving the chains here for the Patriots.
That was an impressive scramble by Fitzsimmons. Traditionally more of a pocket passer, but especially in recent weeks, he's shown off the leg. He missed a week with a wrist injury, but he appears to be shaking that off, and he appears to be back in prime Mike Fitzsimmons form.
So great field position for these Patriots on their first offensive drive. They're already at the 45-yard line in enemy territory. Motion for Van Hook. The handoff to Zaharski, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. Not much room for him to work there.
Yeah, and Zaharski's 2 carries thus far. Sparta has definitely shown a lot of conviction in their defensive line, just quick to the ball, able to stop him. And Zaharski's normally an explosive player who gets yards after contact. In the first run, he did get some yards after contact. Right there, nothing doing, and he stopped for a very short gain of about 1 or 2.
Yeah, so we're just about halfway through this first quarter. Patriots with possession. 2nd and 8 coming up here. Zaharski in motion. The handoff. He has a lot of room. Shoots upfield. And he picks up a considerable gain there and moves the chains for the Patriots.
And that's what you get there with the young running back, Ethan Zaharski. His acceleration is absolutely insane. He was about a foot off from taking that to the house, and that's why this young Wayne Hills offense is just so exciting. 2 different quarterbacks, 2 different running backs, and they could all hurt you.
Yeah, it appears 3rd time is the charm with that run. That's Zaharski's 3rd run, and the first one that went for a considerable gain, but right there he did pick up about 20 to 5 yards, and now he has Wayne Hills set up just outside the red zone.
For the Patriots now, 1st down from the 23. The handoff to Rappaport, spinning, breaking a tackle, barreling forward. Not much room for Rappaport to work there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and about 9 or 10 for the Patriots.
Yeah, now it's Rappaport getting his first action of the game as Zaharski checks back in. But the duo of these 2 running backs, I mean, we have talked about that extensively, Mike and Jake, but you cannot say enough about them. I mean, the way they caught these defenses off guard is truly something that we have not seen any other team replicate.
So here are the Patriots now. Trying to be the first team to put points on the board. Second down now. Fitzsimmons takes the snap, dropping back to pass, fires Zaharski, reels it in, and he's not going to get much there. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, Jay Stainsten right there on the tackle, and he brings the hit. Only a sophomore, but he has a lot of power. The collision between the two sophomores goes to Stainsten this time, and that'll be a matchup to watch in this one.
Here's Fitzsimmons now, passing, fires to Van Hook. A little bit behind him and can't reel it in, so that's going to bring up third down for the Patriots. Fourth down, excuse me. Fourth down for the Patriots.
Yeah, 4th and long here, but a kick in this win seemed pretty near impossible. So you got to wonder how they'll react.
Yeah, the wind is howling right now. You know, this is well in Matt May's range, but with the wind as a factor, it may be nearly impossible to kick field goal as the offense stays on the field. 4th and a little bit to go here, 4th and 7. Fitzsimmons takes the snap, fires for St. Paul, nearly intercepted, a little bit low, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and Sparta will have the ball.
Actually, I believe they did call that an interception. A bit of a mistake there by the interceptor for Sparta, LaShawn Little, but either way, Sparta takes possession, and, you know, Zaharski had the big play on that drive, but other than that, Sparta pretty much shut down the Wayne Hills offense, so that'll be something we're looking to see in this one. Because for the most part, at home, Wayne Hills has had their way with all their opponents this season.
Yeah, obviously not converting there on 4th down. You don't love it, but the interception isn't the end of the world considering the yardage difference. It wasn't much of a difference in terms of yardage.
So after the turnover, here's Etro in motion. Hoover the handoff to Shagawat. And he's going to barrel forward for a gain of about 6. Spartans going no huddle here. Trying to go a little hurry up here. Hoover, quick pass to Etro. Etro, a little bit of running room. He's not going to get to the line to gain, but he's just short. That's going to bring up third down for the Spartans.
Yeah, Jacob Etro, that was a high pass, but he's able to jump up, reel it in, and as soon as he regains his footing, he rushes forward for some extra yardage. So he's one of Sparta's best players, and he has shown that so far in this one, even on just that one play.
So here are the Spartans now, 3rd and 1, the handoff to Shagawat, and he is going to be just short. No, he picked it up. He got the first down, and the Spartans moved the chains.
Yeah, Shagawat is just such a great short yardage player, and right there, it's going to be very difficult for Wayne Hills to stop Shagawat in this one.
Etro in motion. Hoover fakes the pass, fires one downfield. He's got a man. Stone Herbison, but the ball comes loose. And it is a turnover. Wait, no. Little unclear on the call here. They're saying he was down by contact. That was Stone Herbison reeling in the catch. And here it is, first and 10, almost midfield. The pass to Etro. Etro to the sideline. And he picks up a gain of about 2 there.
Yeah, obviously, you know, we're in real time. We don't know if on that last play it was a fumble. For you viewers, maybe you can go back and look a little closer. Honestly, I'm not sure if it was a good call or not. It's honestly hard to tell. But, I mean, that is a difference maker right there.
Hoover fakes the handoff. Under pressure, using his legs, and he is wrapped up, but picks up a gain of about 5 there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Spartans.
Sparta may be listed as a 7 seed, but they are one of the best teams in this bracket. Obviously, they're not on the same level as Old Japan, but right now they're definitely showing some fight, even though Wayne Hills is the 2 seed. So it'll be interesting to see how this matchup evolves, as they've played very well this season. They scored 61 points against Dover, so this offense clearly has some firepower.
Yeah, just about a minute and a half to play here in this first quarter as Hoover back to pass, rolling out a little bit of play action. He's just going to throw it to the sideline. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Spartans. And just like last drive, they may go for it again.
Yeah, definitely an interesting decision to go with the play action right there, especially when Shagawat has been so great in this one. And it looks like they're going to punt it away, so Wayne Hills will get the ball back.
Yeah, they will punt it away. Hoover is the punter for the Patriots, or for the Spartans, excuse me. As Van Hook is back to receive the punt.
If you're going to run a fake punt, I can think of no better player to do it with than your quarterback.
And a timeout has been taken by the Patriots. Sparta, excuse me. Timeout by Sparta. Just want to talk some things over and maybe even run a fake punt here. Yeah, so Sparta has been moving the ball pretty well. They've done a good job with the pass and the run, showing that the wind is to little effect here. As Van Hook is back to receive the punt for the Patriots. Sparta taking their time here. And the punt is high, and it is a little short there. And it's going to bounce to around the 25-yard line. And the Patriots will have the ball with 75 yards to go to the end zone.
Yeah, honestly, if you're going to punt it from there, I think that's a pretty disappointing outcome. I believe that was only ended up being a 25-yard punt around. And when you're already close to midfield, I think you want to down that within their own 10. So, honestly, pretty disappointing there from the Spartan special teams.
Yeah, so here comes James Wolf in at quarterback. This junior's had a great season as he hands it off to Zaharski, and he is going to pick up a gain of about 4 or 5 there. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Patriots.
Yeah, James Wolf getting his first action in the game right here, as he'll look to have more success than the last year than Mike Fitzsimmons, although Fitzsimmons only put it in the air a few times.
Wolf, the handoff back to Zaharski, and he is not going to go anywhere. He's brought down for a loss.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's in costume tonight. I mean, the defensive line's dressed up as a brick wall.
Well, yeah, both teams have had solid defensive lines so far, and, you know, so far neither team has shown a major offensive advantage, so we'll look to see how that develops. Hills definitely get the furthest in their opponent's territory so far, but they also had the best starting positions.
So 3rd down for the Patriots. This may be the last play of the first quarter as Wolf drops back to pass. Nowhere to go, looking. Wolf is going to try and use his legs, and he's just going to fire to the sideline. It's intercepted. Intercepted by the Spartans. And that is not the way the Patriots were looking to end that first quarter. Only James Wolf's 3rd interception of the season.
Yeah, I mean, that interception, a trick and a treat.
Both quarterbacks throwing interceptions on their first drives of the games. Uncharacteristic for the Wayne Hills. Looked like he was looking for maybe Kyle DiArgenio or Braden Beret on that one. Just missed, overthrown, and now Sparta will get the ball past midfield.
So here is Hoover now and the Spartans. Great field position as Hoover's back to pass. Nowhere to go. He's going to use his legs, and he gets out of bounds after picking up a gain of about 5, as that takes us to the end of the first quarter.
So Luke Bacchioni went to blitz on that one, hopped back, and then faked the blitz, and then went for it. And he was able to put pressure on the quarterback and force that run of only 2 yards.
Yeah, I mean, we're a quarter through this game. It's 0-0 right now, and it looks like the scoreboard's cursed.
Yeah, both these teams are known for their high scoring, and an uncharacteristic 0-0 start for both teams. Defense has been the story of this first quarter. So, like we said, Fitzsimmons and Wolf have both already thrown interceptions. Fitzsimmons only his 5th interception thrown of the season, and Wolf only his 3rd interception thrown of the season. Very uncharacteristic start for both quarterbacks. I'm sure the Patriots also haven't played in conditions like this yet this season. They played in Old Japan where it was cold, but the wind wasn't much of a factor there. The wind is a huge factor out here today at Patriot Stadium.
The wind hasn't had either a factor on these defensive lines, though, who have just stuffed the runt, and neither team has really gotten much here. Shagawa has gotten a few decent runs, and Zaharski had that 25-yard run earlier in the first quarter, but outside of that, it's been nothing for these running backs.
Yeah, so here are the Spartans now. 2nd and 7, great field position after the interception thrown by Wolf. Hoover back to pass. He's going to use his legs on the ground. The ball comes loose. And the Patriots may have got on it first. It's Patriot football. And just like that, the Patriots have the ball back.
I mean, it seems like the possession's just going back and forth in this game. No team could really, get together a good drive here, and it feels like there's just been a lot of fumbles. I mean, some of them have counted, some of them haven't. A lot of turnovers so far. And, this is just a defensive battle right now. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's impressive the way both teams have forced fumbles in this one, and the amount of turnovers has been impressive.
So here are the Patriots now, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Fitzsimmons back to pass, fires one way downfield for St. Paul, and he can't reel it in. A perfect pass, but Cherno St. Paul can't make the catch.
Yeah, that's another uncharacteristic play from St. Paul. He is almost surefire on most of those plays, but unable to reel it on that one. That would have been a huge play that likely would have resulted in 6 for the Patriots. Instead, it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that play, unfortunately, is going to be in his nightmares. But, I mean, he usually reels those in. It was a great play design, and I think they're going to try to get Cherno St. Paul more involved, just seeing how open he can get on those type of plays.
Yeah, so here's Fitzsimmons, the handoff to Zaharski, and he takes a big hit. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 7 for the Patriots now.
Yeah, this Sparta defense hits hard. Almost all of the collisions have sent the Wayne Hills flying to the ground. There have not been a lot of broken tackles for this Patriots team. And normally they are very shifty and evasive, just unable to do that in this one so far.
Yeah, so you're the Patriots now. Crucial 3rd down. As Fitzsimmons here passing for Van Hook, and he tries to make a move, and he is not going to get to the line to gain. And a little extracurricular after the whistle, but that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Patriots.
Looks like they're lining up quickly.
And the Patriots are trying to catch the Spartans off guard here, as they will be going for it on 4th down. And they may be just trying to use a scare tactic here, trying to jump them off sides. And no, they will. Fitzsimmons is hit hard as soon as he tried to run. And that is going to be a turnover on downs, the 2nd one of the night for the Patriots.
Yeah, Frank Downs getting on the action on that one, as I believe that is actually their first turnover on downs of the night, as the other one was an interception. And Downs has a huge hit. Fitzsimmons never really had a chance. Surrounded by Sparta defenders instantly. Gotta wonder if there's a miscommunication on the offensive line somewhere, as right now the ball seems to be stuck to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, so the Spartans had great field position last drive. Ended up in a fumble. And they're going to try and make the most of it here. Hoover goes under center. And he hands it off to Etro. And Etro will pick up a gain of about 6 or 5 there. And it's going to bring up 2nd and about 3 or 4 now for the Spartans. Hoover going under center. The handoff to Stainson. And he may be just short. That's going to bring up a third down for the Spartans.
Yeah, Statenson hits hard on both offense and defense. He had a big hit earlier, and right there he's able to just truck through defenders and get the extra yardage, and now put them in a 3rd and short situation.
Yeah, so 3rd and 2 coming up for the Spartans. Lots of third downs here in this game. Hoover and Shagawa in the backfield. Hoover is going to lob one to Shagawa, and he reverses field and picks up the first down and a little bit more.
Something I'd like to compliment Brady Shagawa is his yards after catch ability. I mean, that was just like a little dump off, but he is such a good runner, and when he gets full steam ahead, he is really hard to tackle.
And so here are the Spartans now, 1st and 10. Hoover back to pass, rolling out. Not a lot of room. Fires to Etro and hits him in both hands, but that is a drop for the Spartans.
Yeah, Hoover's ability to evade sacks has been impressive in this one. He's been under pressure countless times already, and almost every single time he's been able to just evade and at least throw it away, if not gain some yards himself. So it's very difficult for Wayne Hills to get this guy under duress.
So here are the Spartans now, 2nd and 10 after the drop by Etro. Hoover the handoff to Shagawa, and Shagawa is met at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to go anywhere. That's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Spartans. So here are the Spartans now, 3rd down here in enemy territory. Just short of the red zone. Hoover, and a timeout has been taken. And the Patriots will use their 2nd timeout of the first half. Or the first timeout of the first half, excuse me.
This is even though it's early, this is a very key play in this one. If Sparta gets the first down, they have a pretty clear shot at the end zone. If not, they might be able to force a 4th and long or maybe a field goal attempt. And in such a low-scoring game, every single point matters, every single yard matters. So it makes sense that Wayne Hills wants to talk this one over.
Okay, so a big 3rd down coming up for the Spartans. The Patriots trying to hold them here. Even if the Spartans don't pick up the first down here, they most likely will be going for it. So they have at least 2 attempts here to pick up this first down. Hoover back to pass. Hoover evading a tackle, but he is almost sacked and just narrowly gets it out. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Spartans.
Yeah, I feel like they missed what should have been, in my opinion, an intentional grounding call. I don't know the rules that well, but I don't see how he could be fully wrapped up and just be able to throw the ball out like that with no penalty whatsoever.
Looks like they're leaving their offense out in the field. I guess they have a lot of trust in the pass game.
Yeah, so 4th down coming up for the Spartans. Crucial play here in this first half. Hoover back to pass. Hoover fires. It's dropped. It's dropped by Little, and the Patriots catch a break there, and they will have the football.
Yeah, that pass is a little too much to handle for him, as he's just not able to reel that one in, and Wayne Hills will get a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I mean, that drop's going to be haunting him for the rest of the night.
Yeah, so the Patriots will have the ball now. A lot of ground to make up. But they got 8 minutes here in this first half. Van Hook in motion. The sweep to Van Hook. He's going to reverse field, and he is hit hard, but he picks up a gain of about 6.
Yeah, Van Hook's able to make something out of nothing right here, but they have not used many of their top players in this one. I think that's the first time Van Hook's touched the ball all day. Cherno St. Paul has yet to do anything, get any offensive reps so far, so it'll be interesting to see how they spread the ball around in this cold and windy environment.
So 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Patriots. Zaharsky in motion. Wolf is going to keep it, and he is going to pick up the 1st down for the Patriots.
James Wolf showing off the legs right there, as his running ability adds yet another layer of the dimension to the ground game for this Patriots team.
Patriots trying to get on the board. It's very uncharacteristic of them to have 0 points right here. Wolf, the handoff to Zaharsky, and he is hit hard. And he will be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1 or 2.
Yeah, this Sparta team is not leaving anything on the table with these tackles. They are completely blowing them to the ground. And so far, Wade Hills has struggled to break them tackles.
So 2nd and 8 now for the Patriots. Here's Wolf now. The handoff to Van Hook. He's going to shoot upfield, makes a spin move. Van Hook out in front. No one's there. Van Hook inside the 10, into the end zone. What a run by David Van Hook. And the Patriots strike first here in this round 1 playoff game.
And that is just a spooktacular play by David Van Hook. I mean, he just does everything right. He is one of the fastest on the field. He's a great runner. DVH does it all.
Yeah, right there. He's spinning around like a washing machine getting out of traffic, and he has a clear shot to the end after that. And Van Hook's been quiet so far, but he sounds the Patriots crowd with that one.
So a huge run for David Van Hook. Ends in 6. And now Matt May comes on to make it 7. And the kick is good. And the Patriots lead 7-0 with 6 minutes here to go in this first half.
Now that the Patriots have a lead, they can breathe a little more easily, especially because Sparta's been struggling to get anything going so far. But they have to keep the tenacity they've shown on defense so far, because if they let up, this Sparta team is dangerous. They're scary. They could easily score a lot of points in a quick amount of time.
So the Patriots are the first team to score here tonight. But the Spartans have a lot of time, and their offense has not looked too shabby.
Yeah, I mean, that touchdown there from Dave Van Hook in a playoff game, in what was a 0-0 game. I mean, that touchdown, it was pure magic. Someone's got to check for a spell book on the sideline.
So here's May now to kick it back off to the Spartans. Six minutes to go in this first half. Plenty of time for Hoover and the Spartans. The kick is high and a little short because of the wind. And Etro fumbles it, but picks it right back up. And he's going to reverse field, not much room. Shoots up the sideline, gets just past the 25, a little bit short of the 30. So not bad field position to start for the Spartans. So Sparta's here at the 25-yard line. 75 yards between them and 6 points to try and even this game up. Etro in motion. Hoover, the handoff to Shagawat. Shagawat, a big hole, and he picks up the first down, maybe one or two more. Great run by Shagawat.
Shagawat is a dangerous player, and right there he shows off the wheels. Even these 10-yard gains, he was so quick on that. It looked like the length of a typical play you'd see that goes 3 yards.
Etro back in motion, and there is a penalty marker down. It's going to be against Sparta, and that will back them up. So here's Sparta now, 1st and 15. Hoover back to pass, feeling the pressure. Pass to Shagawat. Shagawat with some blockers out in front, and he will pick up the first down, and the Spartans are just short of midfield. 15-yard reception for the running back.
Shagawat has been all of the Sparta's offense so far in this drive with a big run and a big reception.
There is Etro, and he takes a hit, and he's going to pick up a gain of about 7 or 8 there. Sparta is moving the ball very well here on this drive.
Braden Verrey, what a cut tackle right there. I mean, he was moving, but on that one, he is just able to force him to the ground by his legs, and this one's going back again.
And Sparta jumps off sides once again, and that's going to back them up. What was a 2nd and 2 is going to turn out to be a 2nd and about 7 now. So here are the Spartans now on 2nd down. 4.5 minutes here to go in this first half. The handoff to Shagawat, and he's bottled up, but not after picking up a gain of about 3 there. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Spartans.
Swain Hill's defense is tightening up a bit on this set of downs, and now they have 3rd and about medium. And Sparta, we'll see how they'll handle that.
So here are the Spartans now, and I believe that may have been another false start against Sparta, and that will back them up once more. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 9 now for the Spartans.
One thing about this Wayne Hills defense is a lot of teams struggle to even snap the ball against them. Many false start penalties go against them, while they're pretty disciplined themselves on their offensive line.
So here are the Spartans now. Hoover back to pass. Hoover fires one way downfield for Etro, and there is a penalty down. Pass interference on the Patriots. And that is a huge blow for the Patriots.
Braden Verrey getting a little too handsy on that one, as this is a backbreaker for the Patriots, who looked like they were going to stop on 3rd down. Instead, the Spartans will be able to set up with 1st and goal in prime 15-yard game, but still 1st down and a lot closer to the end zone.
And so Sparta's now at around the 35-yard line in enemy territory. 3 minutes, 46 seconds to go in this first half. Here is Hoover now, the handoff to Shagawat. Shagawat has a hole, barreling forward. I believe he's just short of that 1st down marker. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1 now for the Spartans. And they are moving quickly here now. They still have 2 timeouts left in their back pocket, but still not a lot of time with 3.5 minutes here to go. Hoover, the handoff back to Shagawat. Shagawat picks up the 1st down and a little bit more. 1st down here for the Spartans.
Yeah, aside from that 3 set of downs earlier around midfield, Wayne Hills has had no answer for Sparta on this drive.
So here is Sparta now in the red zone. Slowing things down a little bit here. Hoover, another handoff to Shagawat. And he is unstoppable right now as he picks up a gain of about 6 there.
Yeah, some people are going to be saying, Shaga, what a performance tonight. I mean, we're only 2 minutes until half, but, I mean, he's just been racking up the rushing yards. He can't be stopped. He's just a gritty player.
Hoover, quick pass to Etro, has some blockers, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Spartans.
And that shows why Vasily Vasilopoulos is such a special player. Without him in the offense and the Old Japan game, they had no answer for the Old Japan passing attack. But right here, he's able to make a huge tackle, and he's just such an incredible player.
So here are the Spartans now. 3rd down, potentially 4-down territory. Hoover fires, and he got a man, and he is still on his feet. He may be just short. And they mark him well in front of the line to gain, I believe. And that's going to bring up a 1st down and goal for the Spartans. So 1st and goal now here. Quick pass to Etro. Not much room there, and he is hit hard behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 2nd down for the Spartans.
Yeah, David Van Hook can do it all. He can do it on offense, he can do it on defense, he can do it on special teams. Right there, he shows his defensive prowess playing corner, but he's able to get behind the line of scrimmage and put a huge hit. And Braden Verrey also had a major impact on that tackle.
So here's Hoover now, the handoff, Shagawat, and they have an answer for him as he is bottled up the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down for Sparta.
Third and long now here for the Spartans, and they haven't taken too many deep shots so far this drive, except for the one that got called for pass interference. So we'll see how they attack this circumstance.
So here are the Spartans now, crucial 3rd down. Etro in motion, Hoover back to pass. Surveying, he's got nowhere to go. He's firing for the end zone and just overthrows Herbison. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, the Spartans quarterback there, he had a lot of time in the pocket, but his receiver is just not able to get open enough for a throw that could lead him into the end zone. So we'll have to see on 4th down, will they kick what would be a pretty short to medium field goal. The wind has died down a little bit. Mike and Brandon, what do you think Sparta does here?
Yeah, so 4th down, I mean, I haven't seen Sparta kick at all yet, so it's a little hard to tell what their kicking situation looks like here. We don't know if they have a strong kicker. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it here. You know, 7-point ball game. They're trying to make a statement.
Yeah, I think in a 7-0 ball game with only 35 seconds left, I think you should go for it here. Especially in what has been a low-scoring game. You don't know how many more opportunities you're really going to get. And especially they don't get the ball at half. I know that's not a huge deal, but just looking at it strategically, I think they have to go for it here on 4th down. You agree, Brandon?
Well, it looks like they're leaving their offense out in the field, so I believe they are going to go for it, and it'll be 4th and long.
So a huge 4th down coming up for both sides of the football. And there is a jump, and it's against Sparta.
This is the 4th false start of the drive for Sparta. I mean, penalties have truly killed what has otherwise been an impressive drive for the Spartans.
So now do they change their strategy here, or do they leave the offense on the field? And I believe they will be leaving the offense on the field. They got 15 yards to go to this end zone. And Sparta leaving the offense on the field. Hoover back to pass. Under pressure. Escaping. Fires. End zone. And it's knocked down. Incomplete pass. And it's a turnover on downs. And the Patriots will have the football with 30 seconds to go here in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, both teams with some turnovers, but the Wayne Hills defense has been absolutely stellar tonight. Yeah, they've let them cross into their own territory, but nevertheless, I mean, they've just been getting stops when it matters. I really got to compliment this Wayne Hills, his defense as a whole. I mean, the entire team has just been playing really good tonight and very disciplined here from Wayne Hills.
Yeah, notably, Cherno St. Paul had a major influence on that breakup. And he has not seen that much defensive action, but right here, he's having a huge defensive presence for this Patriots team tonight.
Yeah, so not a lot of time left here in this first half. I'm surprised if Wayne Hills will try and make any play down the field here, as they have a considerable amount of yardage to make up. And yeah, I believe they are just going to kneel the ball. So that's going to do it for the first half. Patriots lead 7-0. But before we go, let's hear from our sponsors. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by the following: Catalyst Performance and Rehab. Catalyst was created to bridge the gap between rehabilitation and performance training, giving you the most comprehensive approach to your health. Check out our new location in Oakland, New Jersey, Catalyst Loft, offering yoga and Pilates group classes, massage therapy, chirotherapy, and rehab. And The Grove, for all your catering and special event needs, call 973-239-0270. A luxury New Jersey wedding venue for your unique love story. On the biggest day of your life, you'll be focused on each other. We'll be focused on you and only you. And by Alliance Performance, the official performance and recovery sponsor of Wayne Hills football, helping our athletes stay strong, recover fast, and play their best. Wayne Hills TV will be back for the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the Patriot Marching Band. They are 54 strong with 45 musicians and 9 color guard under the direction of Annie Pascal. Band officers are drum majors Fernanda Bonillo and Skylar Maxwell, drum captain Zoe Brunner, pit captain Jason Sherman, guard captains Guevara and Delaney LaRusso, President Audrey Marnick, Vice President Mia Guzman, Secretary Delaney LaRusso, Publicity Sadie Valencia, Librarian Zoe Brenner, Guru Cosman, Molly Clinch, and Maya Kofta, Recruiting Officer Julia Bertzko, Equipment Managers Libor, Rahi, Haruki Don, Kieran, Shribata, and Preston Wang. Uniform Manager Daniel Colton. And Rookie Representative Dan Mazoka. Tonight the Patriots again, a hero's journey. Call to adventure, the quest begins, a trial of strength, and the triumph.
been made. A hero must rise. The journey begins now. Answer the call.
applause for the Patriot Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the Patriot cheerleaders as they do their Raiderette performance. And a standing round of applause is in order for the Patriot cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The 50-50 drawing will take place in 5 seconds, and the amount of money is $270. That winning number is 234981. 234981. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to the start of the second half, let's go back to those days of yesteryear. A year that Coach Olson should remember well. The year is 2002. Wade Hills opened the playoffs with a 27-24 overtime victory over Passaic Valley. Greg Olson sealed the win with a touchdown pass from Brendan Monahan. Offense was also paced by running backs Kareem Williams and Chaz Lynn, as well as wide receiver Dallas Lynch. Bill's defense was spearheaded by defensive ends Greg Olson and Dan Schneary, along with defensive tackle Paul Ogden and linebackers Dave Lozano and Chris Zambelli. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a memory we are sure is etched in the mind of Coach Olsen.
Welcome back for the second half of action. Wayne Hills leads 7-0. Relatively low scoring first half for both these teams, both known for their offensive production. So it's going to be interesting to see how both these teams attack the second half.
Yeah, I'd say this game is definitely characterized by run defense so far. I mean, neither team getting much in that department, and the wind and cold conditions make it very difficult to throw the ball. So we'll see if the teams take to the air a bit in the second half, or we'll see more of the same.
So Wayne Hills will receive the second half kickoff. They had a great goal line stand at the end of the first half, but Sparta's last drive of that half was characterized by many penalties. And it easily could be a tie ball game right here if it wasn't for the mistakes. As Jones will drop the kickoff, but he will recover it, and he is brought down at the 15-yard line, and Wayne Hills will have a lot of ground to make up. I believe Sparta has recovered a fumble. That is a horrible start for the Patriots here in this second half.
Yeah, we haven't seen Carter Jones much as the primary returner in close games, and he gets his chance here. Unfortunately, just not able to return the ball well, and he gives up the football, and now it's Sparta ball in prime territory.
That is just a horrible turnover there by Wayne Hills. We're going to have to see how they come back from that.
Sparta here with great field position. The handoff to Shagawat goes nowhere. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Spartans.
Bacchioni on the tackle. No gain on the play.
Sparta looking for their first score of the game. And it's probably now or never for them here with this field position. The handoff to Shagawat. Shagawat barreling forward, and he is just short of that first down marker. It's going to bring him a 3rd and short for the Spartans.
And just let's go back to that fumble. I don't want to pay too much attention to it because obviously it's a negative play for Hills. But now the Spartans have it in Hills territory and are looking to score here.
Hoover, the handoff. Shagawat barreling forward. The ball comes out. And Wayne Hills has the football, but they're saying he was down by contact.
Yeah, Wayne Hill's not very happy with the way this second half has started out, and it just seems that the momentum has completely shifted to the Spartan side. They had that big drive to end the first half, and they stopped him at the last second, but now Sparta's in prime territory again. But this third or fourth down play will definitely prove to be interesting.
Yeah, it seems like there's been a lot of these plays where there's been fumbles, either where the officials have said that the players have been down by contact. On the other hand, there have also been fumbles that actually have been counted. So ball security, a big issue in this game for both teams so far. But let's see if the Spartans can capitalize on the Wayne Hills fumble in what Hills should have had the ball going into this half.
So 4th and 1 now here. Hoover under center. The handoff. And he is bottled up. Stateson is bottled up and driven back. Wayne Hills shifting momentum, and they have the football back.
Yeah, and I want to say that Wayne Hills catches a huge break there, but I got to give credit to their run defense, which has been excellent all night.
There is an injured player on the field. It is a Wayne Hills player. It's hard to make out who it is. Just hate to see anybody for either team get injured, especially in such a big game like this. Shifted momentum by that D-line on that last play. It's hard to make out who the player is, but I do think it is a member of that line.
It may be Evan Rappaport, but I could be wrong.
I mean, it's hard to tell from here, but I think he's holding.
Looks
I
like
think it has to do with his leg.
I can't tell, honestly.
That is a huge loss for Wayne Hills if that is truly who that is down in that field. A great power running back and a great defensive player. It is Evan Rappaport who is injured. It may be an arm injury, I think. He's walking gingerly.
It may be his arm or his shoulder. You just got to hope it's not a broken arm or maybe a dislocation, but he was obviously in a lot of pain after that play.
He is walking very slowly and gingerly off the field, which is it's not a great sign. His arm is being propped up right now by the trainer. I think it definitely has to do with his one of his arms. So now Wayne Hills will have the football now, backed up in their own end. Motion Van Hook. Wolf the handoff. Zakarski picks up a gain there of about 4.
Yeah, for Rappaport, sorry, I don't know if it's an elbow. It's on his left arm, it seems, wrist to elbow. Something, though, with his left arm or hand, and he seems to be in a lot of discomfort.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the life just got sucked out of this place. I mean, he's a fan favorite. I mean, it's really, really bad to see that here happening in this game. As Wolf hands it off to Zakarski, and he picks up another considerable gain. And he picks up that first down and moves the chains for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, however long Rappaport's out, you'll got him that Zaharski will take almost every single run. So we'll see how he's able to do with that, especially taking all these hits.
Yeah, and just to talk about Evan Rapport, he's a star on both sides of the ball. That's just how special of a player he is. I mean, he does it on offense as a running back, and he does that as a linebacker, and sometimes even safety on defense. He's just an excellent player.
So here is Wayne Hills now after the first down pickup. Wolf hands it back off to Zakarski, and he has a hole, stays on his feet. Zakarski out in front. No one's going to get him. Zakarski inside the 20, into the end zone. Touchdown, Ethan Zakarski. What a run by the sophomore.
That sophomore's got some firepower, and he sets this stadium back up for. And he turns a play from his own 20 all the way to the other side of the field. And that is a huge momentum shift in this one as Wayne Hills strikes first in this second half.
What a run by Ethan Zakarski. Leads the team in rushing, and he now leads the team, or he's tied with David Van Hook for total touchdowns this season with 14. And May will come out to make this a 14-0 ball game, and it's a little low, but it gets through the uprights, and it's 14-0 here, Hills. 8 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
Yeah, and on a more positive note, it looks like Evan Rapport has been cleared to go back into the game. He was jumping, excited. I mean, he's just a really tough guy. I mean, a couple minutes ago, he was on the ground, obviously hurt. I'm pretty sure, I mean, any normal human being wouldn't be able to come back in this game, but Evan, I mean, Rapport's just built different.
Yeah, his resilience is truly off the charts, and his spirit is what helps bring this Wayne Hills team and carry them to success.
Yeah, so Sparta will get the ball back. So they had great, so this is where things are going to get interesting for Sparta. They had the ball, everything was going their way. They were inside the red zone, they were right there. They were literally 12 yards away from the end zone, and they couldn't capitalize. I mean, that's really an indicator of how this game has been going for Sparta. They just can't capitalize when things are going their way. They get turnovers, they might make a big play on offense, and they just can't continue to feed off of that momentum. And that may be the downfall of Sparta here in this one.
Yeah, that Ethan Zakarski run was spectacular. It's almost like he was running from a zombie. I mean, he was running so fast. The way he accelerates is honestly insane.
And the kick is back, and Sparta will return it from about the 5-yard line. Shooting upfield, has a little bit of room, and a solid return as he gets past the 30-yard line. And Sparta has decent field position to start their second offensive possession of the half.
Now, this is all of a sudden, this is a crucial drive for Sparta right here. A low-scoring offensive game. Now they're down by 2 scores. They've yet to muster a single point on the board. They got to go down the field and score if they want to stay in this one. They've had some solid drives. Now they need to put it together for some points.
Shane Hoover takes the snap, back to pass. Hoover looking, fires one downfield, and it's caught! Jacob Etro into the end zone. Touchdown Sparta, and they go tick for tat, and Sparta now makes the game 14-6.
I mean, that play just resurrected that team from what seemed like death. I mean that team was doing nothing on offense, but just a huge play. I mean, both teams going back and forth on huge plays. Honestly, what a thriller so far.
Etro running a post route there, able to get between defenders, and he just had an easy shot to the end zone once he caught the ball. And it's almost as if Zaharski and Etro's touchdowns cancel each other out. We were right back where we started at the start of the second half.
So Hoover comes in to kick the extra point, and I couldn't tell who was the cornerback or the defensive back there, but he almost made a play there swatting that ball down, but it looked like it just narrowly got through, and Etro just waltzed right into the end zone, wide open field in front of him, and it's a 14-7 ball game with 8 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
I mean, yeah, that was just a beautiful catch and a beautiful throw. I mean, I'm sorry for the Halloween puns. Maybe I got to stop. But, I mean, what a throw, what a catch. That was honestly a magnificent play. I thought the defense actually didn't play terribly there. Cherno St. Paul was actually close to a pick, but I mean the quarterback just threaded the needle there, and that's just a huge play for the Spartans to get them back in this game.
Yeah, Etro ghosted the defense right there, able to get open way downfield.
So here is Hills now. They will get the ball back after a little bit of a lackadaisical defensive possession there. Their defense has looked great all game long up until that possession and that play. So here is Hoover now to give the ball back to the Patriots. And David Van Hook will return the ball from around the 20-yard line. Van Hook reversing field, has some room, cuts up field. He's got some room to work, and he gets to the 40-yard line. What a return by David Van Hook.
Yeah, they call him Maserati Dave for his speed, and right there you can see it on full display. He's so fast, and he's such a threat whenever he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, both offenses starting to fire up a little now, as we'll see if Wayne Hills can put together a full drive. Obviously, it's Harsky with the long rush in that drive. We'll see if they can put together sustained plays, which they've struggled to so far in this one.
So Fitzsimmons will enter the game in at quarterback. I believe Zakarski in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff. Fitzsimmons under pressure, a little high for Zakarski, and it's an incomplete pass for the Patriots. 7.5 minutes to play here in this third quarter, and it's really anyone's ball game. I mean, I'd say Wayne Hills has arguably played a little better on defense, but I mean, it's been neck and neck here. That both teams have made the similar mistakes. They're just going shot for shot. As Zakarski with a solid run there, just short of that first down marker. It's going to bring up third down for the Patriots.
Third and about 2.
Yeah, that sets up a third man for the Patriots. They have a bunch of options right here. You got to imagine Zakarski's definitely an option, but maybe they could run a short out route. Just about to say the wind was slowing down, but as I was about to say that, it just picked up, so we'll see if they take that into consideration in this play call.
Yep, 3rd and 2 now here for the Patriots. Fitzsimmons, the handoff. Zakarski powering through, picks up the first down and a little bit more. This wind definitely starting to pick up here again.
Yeah, this whole place is shaking, not because of the fans, but because of the wind.
Zakarski's just able to power through those runners, and great blocking by the offensive line. They set up a hole for him, and he was able to exploit that for a gain.
Okay, so the Patriots now are in enemy territory, 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Fitzsimmons fakes the handoff back to pass. Fitzsimmons fire one way downfield. He's looking for DiArgenio and just overthrows him. DiArgenio, I think, wanted a penalty flag on that for pass interference, but he will not get one.
Yeah, honestly, even though it doesn't go in Wayne Hill's favor, I like the no call there. You got to let these boys play. Obviously, it was a little physical there, but that's football. I mean, I honestly don't think a pass interference would have been fitting there.
Yeah, I agree, Jake, but it also shows that Wayne Hill's willing to try to throw the ball down the field, as so far in this one, they've really stuck to conservative plays in the run game. The only deep pass I can remember is when they threw Cherno St. Paul for an incompletion, so we'll see if they go back to more plays like that.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 now. Fitzsimmons, the handoff. Zakarski is bottled up, and he's not going anywhere. He's going to get a gain of 2, maybe 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Patriots. Patriots moving the ball here pretty well here to start this second half, but crucial 3rd down coming up. Just under 6 minutes here to play. Fitzsimmons back to pass. Fitzsimmons fires sideline. Verret is short of that first down marker by maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, it looked like he bobbled it a bit there, but he was able to reel it in for the catch. And now it sets up 4th and pretty short for the Patriots. Got to imagine they'll go for it here, especially when they're in that weird zone where a punt wouldn't be the best possible outcome. But it's too long for a field goal, as it might only be 3rd down. I'm sorry.
No, it's 4th down. It's 4th and 2 now. And Van Hook in motion. The handoff. Zakarski is going to get there, and he powers through, and he gets to the 30-yard line. Ethan Zakarski, last extra effort, picks up the first down for the Patriots.
And the ability of him to bounce off that offensive line. One time he tries, no avail. Second time he tries, no avail. Third time is the charm, and he's able to get that first down.
So here the Patriots now 1st and 10, moving the ball very well to start this second half. Van Hook one-on-one at the bottom of your screen. The handoff, Zakarski bouncing outside, reversing field, and he picks up a gain of about 3 or 4, but there is a penalty marker down, and it may be a holding call against Wayne Hills. And it will most likely be against Wayne Hills. It is a holding, I believe, or a face mask, and it's going to back Wayne Hills up 10 yards.
Yeah, that's a bit of a drive killer right there. They've struggled to get 20 yards on any drive all night, let alone in a single set of downs. So this will definitely make it difficult if they're going to try to get a first down here, which they obviously want to.
So 1st and 20 now for the Patriots. A lot of ground to make up here. Fitzsimmons and Zakarski in the backfield. Fitzsimmons, quick fire, St. Paul. St. Paul bouncing up the sideline, and St. Paul picks up a good gain there as he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, St. Paul is able to shake off defenders, and he's a big guy. I think that's his first catch of the game, but getting him in some roles, getting him in some action is going to be huge for this Patriots team's success, as now he makes it 2nd and a lot more manageable than 1st and 20.
Yeah, I agree. He's a massive part to this offense. Cherno St. Paul, just a skilled player, does everything right, and I think in a playoff game, you really got to make an effort to get him the ball.
Here's Fitzsimmons now. Battaglia in motion, quick fire, St. Paul. St. Paul, a little bit of room, breaks a tackle, and he's brought down. But he gets past the 25-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and medium for the Patriots.
Yeah, this will be a huge play right here, as they just need to get a few yards to keep this drive alive. Although you got to imagine it's 4th down territory, so essentially 2 plays to get this first down right here.
Van Hook makes a great play and picks up the first down for the Patriots.
Yeah, looked for a second like it was intercepted by Sparta, but nope, it was David Van Hook able to pull that one away and gain him a few yards, and now Patriots are set up in the red zone.
So 1st and 10 here for the Patriots. A score here would be huge for the Patriots. Inside the red zone here. Van Hook in motion, fakes the pitch. Fitzsimmons fires, end zone. He had Zakarski, but he can't reel it in. It would have been a difficult catch.
Yeah, don't know who to blame that on. He was wide open, though, and all I know is that should have been a touchdown.
That play action worked to perfection, though. I mean, Zakarski was wide open at the end, and there was no one on him. Van Hook closely guarded, but he didn't have the ball. Fortunately, just not able to complete the play, but a really great play design from the Wayne Hills Patriots coaching staff.
And so 2nd and 10 coming up for this Patriot offense. Here is Fitzsimmons now. Fakes the handoff. The handoff goes to Van Hook, and he is bottled up behind the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long now here for the Patriots from the 20-yard line.
Now, if you're Wayne Hills here, and you're at about the 21-yard line, I think you're not necessarily going for a touchdown. I think you just have to gain 5 to 10 yards. Obviously they want the first down, but if we're thinking about this for a field goal, obviously, like I said, they want a touchdown, but they got to get this a little closer to feel more comfortable about the field goal, even though this is in Matt May's range.
It's still very windy.
Yeah, so here's Fitzsimmons now, back to pass, fires for St. Paul, and it's a little high. And it nearly hit the referee. And that's going to bring up fourth down for the Patriots. And they will bring on the field goal unit to try and make this a 2-score ball game.
I mean, if there's any kicker that can make the kick in the win, it's Matt May. He has been impressive for this Patriots team this season, but we'll see if he can win the battle with Mother Nature right here.
It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt here.
May kick on the way, and it's wide right. The wind plays a huge factor in that kick, and it is no good. And Sparta will have the ball, and they are still alive and kicking.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame anyone there. The wind played a huge factor. Matt May is an amazing kicker. He rarely misses extra points or field goals. And on that's just learning. You got to learn the environment. You got to learn where you're playing. And you got to understand that if you kick a ball that should have went down the middle with wind like this, it's going to be wide right.
Yeah, now Sparta has the ball. It's a 1-score game. So Wayne Hill's defense needs to really chomp down on this drive. Otherwise, it could be all tied up.
Shagawat takes a big hit at the line of scrimmage, and he goes nowhere. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 now for the Spartans.
Yeah, Colin Murray has just been playing amazing this season on defense. He always brings big hits. He always makes the tackles, and he's just a great fundamental football player.
So here is Hoover now. Takes the snap, back to pass. Hoover under pressure. George gets to him. The ball comes out, but they're saying it's an incomplete pass. I believe they said it was an incomplete pass, which will mean that there is no sack on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Spartans.
Yeah, and I don't want to blame the refs, but it seems like a lot of these 50-50 plays could have been a turnover, could have been an incompletion, haven't been in Wayne Hill's favor. I mean, it feels like there's been at least 3 times where there has been what should have been a fumble or interception, and Sparta has kept the ball.
Yeah, Sean George with the pressure on that play.
Hoover fires and incomplete. He was looking for Little there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Spartans, and they're going to have to punt here.
Yeah, a perfect 3-and-out drive that forced by Wayne Hills right there. In a tough situation, giving up a turnover on downs, but they respond by having a great defensive drive, only allowing 2 yards, and now they'll get the ball back for their offense.
So here is Hoover now to punt it away back to David Van Hook. Hoover, the punt, it's got a little bit of leg to it. It bounces, and it's going to dribble inside the 40-yard line. Hill's still with great field position there. So just about a minute and a half here to play in this 3rd quarter, and this Sparta defense has not done a great job stopping this Wayne Hills offense. They did prevent points on the last possession, but Wayne Hills did storm down the field pretty quickly there, and they're looking to repeat what they did on this drive. So here's Wolf in at quarterback. Van Hook in motion. Wolf. The jet sweep. Van Hook has the sideline, and he takes a big hit walking out of bounds. He's going to pick up the 1st down and a little bit more.
Yeah, Anthony September has been in on a lot of tackles for this Spartans team. I mean, he's on everywhere on the field. He got an interception earlier in the game, and so far, Anthony September has been one of the best players for the Spartans defense.
Wolf, the handoff, Zakarski is bottled up at the line of scrimmage, and he's not going to go anywhere. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Patriots at midfield.
This is a key offensive drive for Wayne Hills right there. They showed in their first two, in their first 2 offensive drives of this second half, they've looked solid. The huge touchdown by Zaharski, and then a drive that could have very well landed in the end zone if not for a miscue on a passing play.
Wolf back to pass, fires one downfield for Battaglia, and it's intercepted. James Wolf's 2nd interception of the night. He's only thrown 2 all season, and he's thrown 2 tonight alone. And that is a crucial turnover, and the Spartans now have momentum back in their favor.
And who is it but Anthony September? I just said he's been all over the field tonight. Who makes the interception right there? Anthony September. They've got to watch out for him on defense. They've got to always keep an eye on where he is.
Yeah, it may not be September anymore. It's the last night of October, but he's still making his presence known tonight.
Jake is on a roll tonight, but so is Hoover now here in the second half, as Hoover is looking to take his team down the field and score, and he has plenty of time to do so. Septembre in motion, quick pass, Septembre. It's a little trickery there, pass, and St. Paul does a great job at batting that one down. And interesting play call there, but it doesn't work out for the Spartans.
Yeah, Cherno St. Paul looking like an acrobat there, blocking that one out of the air like it's basketball.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to go too off topic, but he is a basketball star, showing it in full display there.
Cherno St. Paul dunking pretty easily now, excited for that basketball season. The handoff, and Shagawat does a great job there, and he's going to pick up some yardage there. And that's actually going to pick them up the first down. First down for the Spartans now. Time ticking down here in this 3rd quarter. They have time for about 1 more play. Hoover taking his time.
Despite the weight, it doesn't seem to be affecting which side of the field that their players are, and it's more of a crosswind, so both teams affected equally.
Yeah, so that is going to do it for the 3rd quarter. The Spartans are just going to let the clock tick down. Before we continue, let's take a moment to hear from our sponsors. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by the following: Catalyst Performance and Rehab. Catalyst was created to bridge the gap between rehabilitation and performance training, giving you the most comprehensive approach to your health. Check out our new location in Oakland, New Jersey, Catalyst Loft, offering yoga and Pilates group classes, massage therapy, chirotherapy, and rehab. And The Grove, for all your catering and special event needs, call 973-239-0270. A luxury New Jersey wedding venue for your unique love story. On the biggest day of your life, you'll be focused on each other. We'll be focused on you and only you. And by Alliance Performance, the official performance and recovery sponsor of Wayne Hills football, helping our athletes stay strong, recover fast, and play their best. Alliance Performance, where champions are made. So here's Wayne Hills now, taking the field on defense here to start this 4th quarter, and it's really neck and neck here. Mistakes have been made by both sides. Great plays have been made by both sides, and Wayne Hills leads by 1 score, but it's really anyone's ball game in my eyes.
Yeah, this Sparta team has looked strong all game despite only putting 7 points on the board.
Hoover handoff, Shagawat, big run there, and he's going to pick up about 8. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 now for the Spartans.
Luke Bacchioni on the tackle.
Hoover, the handoff, Shagawat powering forward, and he picks up that first down here. And the Spartans are moving the ball pretty considerably here.
Yeah, I mean, Brady Shagawat just looking like the bell cow running back. I mean, any fantasy manager would love to have him. He's getting the bulk of the carries here. He's been very efficient. I mean, he's just been doing a great job tonight. He's been keeping the Spartans in this game.
Hoover back to pass. Hoover is going to fire for Shagawat. Shagawat makes a man miss, stays on his feet, and steps out of bounds after picking up a gain of about 5.
Yeah, again, Shagawat, I mean, he could do it on the ground, he could do it through the air. He's really skilled at, blocking as well as getting in the open space and being able to be more of a safety blanket for his quarterback.
And so 2nd and 5 here for the Spartans. Here's Hoover, back to pass. Hoover rolling out. Hoover under pressure, fires and he throws it out of bounds. Ektro was the intended receiver, but overthrows him there. Just trying to avoid a little bit of pressure by Sean George. It's going to bring up a 3rd down for Sparta.
Crucial 3rd down here for the Spartans.
3rd and 5 now. Hoover fire for Etro. Etro makes a man miss, and he just gets there. I believe he just got that 1st down, and he's going to move the chains. Maybe not. They're marking him short, I believe.
To me, it looked like he got it from up here, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, up here it looks like he got it. It's a close call. They're saying it's 4th down, maybe by a hair. And here is Sparta now to power through. Shagawat gets there, and he picks up the 1st down and a little more.
Yeah, the combination of Etro and Shagawat is key to this Spartans offense. I mean, I can't think of a play where they went to anyone different than those 2 players, as they have just continued to march up and down the field all night despite the lack of points on the board.
Here is Hoover escaping pressure. Hoover fires, and it's an incomplete pass. Looking for Lashem Little. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Spartans.
Yeah, good pass rush there by Sean George. Great defense by Evan Rapport. He may be one of the bigger ones, but he is as fast as a gazelle.
Yeah, Christopher Bowman sat from Sparta making that block right there, and he absolutely pancaked Sean George to the ground. You don't see that a lot with an edge rusher of his caliber.
So 2nd and 10 now here for Sparta. Hoover takes the snap, quick fires for Etro, hits his hands, and then was nearly intercepted by Troy Demikoff. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Spartans after 2 incomplete passes.
Yeah, Troy Demikoff looking for an interception there. The fans would have loved that one, but nevertheless, just a good contest by him getting in the way, and he's really been all over the place. I mean, he's just a great defender.
Here's Hoover. Shagawat lined up to his left. Hoover back to pass. Hoover's going for it all. Hoover looking for the end zone and just overthrows Etro. Great coverage there by, I believe, Vasilopoulos. That's going to bring up a 4th and 10 for Sparta.
I believe that was David Van Hook on the coverage right there, and he is just an impressive player. And I think his biggest contribution tonight, other than that huge 60-yard touchdown in the 1st half, has been his defense. He has been locked down at corner tonight.
Yeah, Dave Van Hook has been a lockdown quarter, and he's been locked in all week preparing for this game.
4th and 10 now. Big play coming up. Hoover fires, way overthrown, incomplete pass. Looking for Septembre, and it's Wayne Hills football. Hoover looking like Curry on the ground.
Yeah, Hoover trying to aura for him after the incompletion, but unfortunately that won't erase that huge mistake there on 4th down, and the Wayne Hills defense comes up on top once again.
It seems like this game has just been an exchange of turnovers on downs after turnover on downs after turnover on downs, with occasional interception or fumble thrown in there. It has been a sloppy offensive game, to put it lightly, and the conditions are not helping that.
Yeah, so Wayne Hills now with the football. Just under 10 minutes here to play in this fourth quarter. The handoff, Zakarski. Zakarski is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and long now for the Patriots.
Pickup of about a yard, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, so even though Wayne Hills has probably all the momentum on their side, Sparta still has a very good chance to tie this ball game up. A stop here and then a good offensive drive would mean Sparta tying this game. 2nd and 9 now coming up for the Patriots. Wolf takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling out play action, dumps it off to Van Hook, who makes a crazy one-handed grab. He's not going to go anywhere, but that was an amazing catch by David Van Hook.
What a catch by David Van Hook. I mean, I don't care about the yardage. That was just an unreal catch with one hand there from David Van Hook.
Yeah, he is a special player, but this is a 3rd down and 9 right here, and they're going to need a play with a lot more yards than that if they want to keep this drive going. And they don't want to give Sparta the ball right back. They've had a lot of offensive success in the second half. They want to make sure they can keep possession and keep the clock ticking.
Yeah, David Van Hook, a weapon on the field and in the classroom. Here is Wolf now taking the snap, dropping back to pass. He's firing sideline, and Van Hook makes an amazing catch. He got 1 foot in, and that's all you need in high school. 1st down, Wayne Hills.
David Van Hook, he makes the short impressive catch, then he makes the medium impressive catch, and he's able to get the 1st down. What a clutch play from the wideout at junior.
Yeah, I mean, I looked in the dictionary, I looked for aura, and I saw David Van Hook right there. I mean, what a catch in a huge moment. Spectacular from David Van Hook.
Maserati Dave has been the vocal point of this Wayne Hills offense as he comes in motion, but the handoff goes to Zakarski, who picks up a considerable gain. He picks up a gain of about 6 there. Wayne Hills moving the ball here as we are just inside 8 minutes to play. Wayne Hills 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
So here are the Patriots. 2nd and 4 now, 2nd and 5. Van Hook in motion. Wolf takes the snap, the handoff. Zakarski's not really going to go anywhere. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Patriots with just under 7 minutes here to play in this fourth quarter.
Wayne Hills needs another pass like they did with David Van Hook on the previous set of downs, and they need to do that quickly, because if they don't keep this drive going, Sparta's against the ball, there's plenty of time left, but it also is likely 4th down territory, so we'll see if they try to take this play in chunks.
Yeah, 3rd down here for the Patriots. If it comes to 4th down, I doubt they'll go for it. As here's Wolf now taking the snap. Under pressure, he's going to use his legs. He can do that. Wolf stays on his feet. Wolf out in front. Wolf has the sideline. No one's going to get there. James Wolf with the dagger. And Wayne Hills now leads 20-7.
I mean, James Wolf can do it all. An amazing pocket passer, but not just that. He could use his legs to scramble. Looking like high school Lamar Jackson, stopping right in front of the end zone and walking in.
He looked doomed for a sack on that play. He was surrounded with no way out, and somehow he finds a hole, exploits it, and charges down the sideline with great blocking from who else but David Van Hook to get him into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, David Van Hook and James Wolf, they do it all on the field, and like Mike said, in the classroom, multiple appearances on the honor roll for both of them. Just great students, great athletes, and great kids.
Matt May nails the extra point. It's 21-7, and Wayne Hills has all the momentum.
This completely flips the game. Sparta could easily have scored in 6 minutes 30 seconds to one score, but 2 scores in a game where that is an extremely low scoring that's been characterized by a defensive battle. It's going to be really tough for them to come back in this one, but never say never, because it seems like Shane Hoover can get it done.
Yeah, that's a game-defining drive right there. you're up 1 score. If you give the ball back, the other team has a chance to tie it. But now you're up by 2 scores with only 6 minutes left. I mean, that touchdown just shifted their chances of winning by a tremendous amount. Mike?
Yeah, I have to give a lot of credit to James Wolf here. You know, he's had a relatively decent game. You know, he's had the 2 interceptions, but he just makes up for it all right there. And that may have been the dagger to put Sparta away, but they still have a chance. They need a quick score here if they want any hope of advancing to the second round. The Wayne Hills defense will try to put a cap on this masterpiece they've had all night. As Septembre will take the ball from inside the 5. Septembre is bottled up just short of the 25-yard line. Sparta's got a lot of ground to make up if they want to have a chance at even staying in this ball game.
Sparta has had some success on offense, but they need to channel that success into points. If you're Sparta, you got to look at what's gone on so far and say, okay, what's worked and what hasn't. And you just got to do what has worked. Because it's getting late to try new things, getting late to try some trickery. These screen passes, you know, they generally haven't worked great. What has worked is putting the ball in the hands of Brady Shagawat. So we'll see if they do that.
The handoff, Shagawat bottled up at the line of scrimmage. He's not going anywhere. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7 or 8 now for Sparta as we are approaching the halfway point in this 4th quarter. There is Hoover now alone in the backfield. Hoover takes the snap back to pass. Hoover fires to the sideline. He's got a man, but he is quickly bottled up by by Colin Murray, excuse me. He's had an outstanding game. And Sparta is in desperation mode a little bit here. 3rd and 6. You're in 4-down territory no matter what here, probably. This possession may be the game. As Hoover's back to pass. Hoover dancing. Hoover breaks to the outside. Hoover dancing a little too long. He's going to fire. What a catch by Jacob Etro. And that's a huge gain for the Spartans.
And Shane Hoover and Jacob Etro show why this team can go on such offensive strikes at times. Because he looked under duress, and Hoover was able to throw it across his body, and Etro made the catch along the sideline. That was impressive on every aspect.
Here is Sparta now after the big pickup. The handoff. And he has some room. What a run there by Brady Shagawat.
Yeah, so the Spartans aren't going down without a fight here. They're actually driving downfield. With only 5 minutes left, they're going to have to start scoring fast, being down 2 scores.
That 1st down pickup for Shagawat there. Here's Hoover. Fires. He's got Little is going to pick up another 1st down. He's driving forward. Stays on his feet. And they are inside the 10. That's going to be a 1st and goal now for the Spartans.
Yeah, Lashem Little not looking too little on that play. I mean, it takes multiple defenders to bring him down. And a great catch, making sure he secures it and getting some yards after the catch as well.
The handoff, Shagawat. Shagawat breaking outside. Shagawat has some room. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Brady Shagawat. And Sparta is not done just yet. 4 minutes and a half to play, and Sparta has just answered the call. It's 21-13.
Yeah, if only the Spartans could have had that good of offense the entire game. Obviously, this game is not over, but that drive did not look like the others at all.
Yeah, I mean, in the second half, it seems that every time as Wayne Hills has scored, Sparta has immediately masked. But the difference is Wayne Hills had the touchdown going into that second half. The extra point is good, so they have a bit of leeway here. But now they need to put together a clutch drive like the one they just did.
Yeah, so Sparta has all 3 timeouts, so they have plenty of time to get a stop and get the ball back.
The winner of this game will advance to play either Passaic Valley or Pascack Valley next Friday.
Yeah, battle of the PVs happening right now. Winner will play the winner of this game. As Hoover is now ready to kick off to the Patriots. Hoover kicks it away, a little bit of a short kick there, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. And Wayne Hills will have it at the 20-yard line, 25-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, Cherno St. Paul playing with fire there a bit, letting it bounce, and it just trickled into the end zone. Otherwise, he would have been trapped at maybe his own 1-yard line, but they do able to advance it to the 20-yard line.
So here's Wolf now checking into the game at quarterback. Zakarski in at running back. 1st and 10 now from the 20 for the Patriots. Wolf and the fumble. Looks like there was a little bit of mishap on the handoff. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 13 now for the Patriots. Not an ideal start to this drive.
Great wits by Zaharski, just jump on that. He sees the ball and he pounces, and they're able to keep position. Otherwise, it would have been very dangerous play deep in their own territory.
So 2nd and about 12 or 13 now. Wolf and Zakarski in the backfield. Van Hook comes in motion. And there's Van Hook, who has the sideline. He has a lot of daylight. Van Hook cutting back inside. What a gain by David Van Hook. And he just ran for a huge gain. That is a gain of about 60 there.
Yeah, Wayne Hill's a bit of a trick right there, faking it to Zaharski, and David Van Hook gives the fans a treat, sending that one all the way down to the 35-yard line.
And a timeout is used, I believe, by Sparta to try and stop this clock. And that game was the last thing they needed right there.
Yeah, David Van Hook. I feel like our crew started a new thing. Sometimes it's Maserati Dave, sometimes DVH, but the speed on display there, we got to call him Maserati Dave. I mean, that was just so fast.
He's just so quick.
The handoff, Zakarski dropped for a huge loss by Stainson. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and long for the Patriots. I believe Sparta is using another timeout to stop this clock.
Yeah, Stainson has been a problem for the Patriots all night. Right there, he is able to race into the backfield and just completely obliterate Zaharski for a loss.
Yeah, so Sparta just needs to talk things over. This could be this series right here could be it. If Wayne Hills picks up the 1st down and Sparta's out of timeouts, that might be set in stone, and the Patriots might have won the ball game. But it's not over. They got a lot of ground to make up. It's 2nd and 14.
Yeah, Sparta scored very quick on that previous drive, and they moved at the field with scary precision and accuracy. Wayne Hills does not want to give the ball back to the Spartans, or if they do, they at least want to have a 2-possession lead. So getting at least a few yards to put it in Matt May range is crucial, but it's a lot more than a few yards with this win.
So here's Wolf and Zakarski now. Wolf, the handoff. Zakarski is breaking, and he stays in bounds. Great job by Zakarski staying in bounds there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down now, and Sparta's going to use their final timeout.
Yeah, good. I like how you noted that, Michael, how he didn't go out of bounds. A lot of times these younger players who, I mean, I know Ethan Zakarski is experienced, but sometimes players will go out of bounds, let their momentum take them out of bounds. But he really tried there. You could see to stay in bounds, and that's just really important.
Yeah, that's a mistake even NFL and college players make sometimes. So the fact that he was able to make that heads-up play in high school is a great testament to just how good of a ball player he is.
Yeah, I'd just like to point something out. This isn't really a huge detail, but during the Valley game, during one of those last couple drives where Wayne Hills had the lead, Ethan Zakarski actually stepped out of bounds in a moment where he probably should have went down, but he's obviously learned from his mistakes. He's becoming a more complete player. He's obviously one of the best running backs in North Jersey, and that was just a very smart play, like you guys said, right there from Zakarski. So 3rd and long now for the Patriots. Zakarski in motion. Wolf is going to use his legs here, and he's not going to get there. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. Do they go for it? And there is an injured Sparta player down.
This is very interesting to see what Wayne Hills will do here. They're on about the 29-yard line, so if my math is correct, that would be about a 46-yard field goal. I mean, we know Matt May has a leg, but that's not a guaranteed field goal. The wind right now isn't too bad. I would say around 5 to 10 miles an hour. But I think if you're Hills here, I honestly don't know. I think the coaches know what to do here. I trust them. Brandon and Michael, what do you think Wayne Hills should do here?
Well, no matter what they do, all attention turns to the injured Spartan down in the field right now.
I think they should go for it. I mean, it doesn't hurt. They've had some successful 4th down conversions in this game. The field goal is too long, and you don't want to give, Sparta the ball back right now. And the player will get up, and he'll walk off the field on his own accord.
I believe that is Ryder Chilodinicki.
Yeah, it's good to see him get up off on his own power. He's been a huge part of that Spartans team. And, you never want to see players hurt. Luckily, we've had some scares, but most of the players have been able to get up and have returned to the game. So it's great to see that.
So here are the Patriots now. A 1st down would probably mean the game here, so this play could be it.
Crucial 4th down for the Patriots. You got to look for Cherno St. Paul, and most importantly, David Van Hook. He's had a great night, especially on defense, but he still has the offensive firepower, and it'll be shocking if they don't look to him on this one.
So 4th down here. Zakarski in motion. Wolf back to pass. Wolf is going to use his legs, but it's a great tackle made by Stainson. And Sparta now has the ball with 3 minutes to go. No timeouts, but decent field position.
Yeah, that is just an insane defensive play. I mean, James Wolf has been scary as a scrambler tonight, but a great defensive play to wrap up his ankle and get him down there. Now with 3 minutes left, I believe 0 timeouts. What do the Spartans have in them to make a comeback in this playoff game? They need a touchdown. We'll take it from there.
Yeah, Shane Hoover, experienced senior quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in North Jersey. And he's going to try and lead his team downfield. Hoover, quick pass, and that pass is complete to Little. And he's going to pick up a gain of about 5 there.
Sparta has plenty of time here, especially if they're going with a quick no-huddle offense.
Hoover now dropping back to pass. Hoover fires over the middle. It's caught. And that's a great catch made by Etro.
Yeah, Etro has been all over the field tonight for this receiving corps. As he makes yet another impressive catch right there in double coverage.
Here's Hoover back to pass. Hoover under pressure. Hoover's going to use his legs. Hoover breaks to the outside, and he is going to step out of bounds just short of that 1st down, or maybe just picking it up.
Yeah, I mean, Hoover is a smooth mover out there. I mean, he could just do it with his legs. We've seen he has the arm, sometimes not connecting, but, I mean, he looks a little Mahomes.
Oh, boy. And Hoover does pick up that first down. And Sparta is now moving the ball very quickly now. They stop the clock. Hoover back to pass. Hoover, a lot of time. Hoover's going to fire for Shagawa. It's a little short there. A little scary there. That almost was a backwards pass.
Yeah, don't know what happened on that play. Not ideal for the Spartans, but there's still a decent amount of time left in this game. I mean, I don't really think time is an issue. I think their biggest concern, obviously, is just converting on these first downs. Brandon, what type of plays do you think the Spartans are going to try to run here?
Well, you got to imagine they'll be looking for who else but Jacob Etro, but they'll also be looking for Shagawa in the short game.
Here's Hoover now back to pass, dancing in the pocket, and Sean George gets there. And Hoover is brought down. 3rd and 10 now for the Spartans.
Sean George is just an impressive defender right there, and he gets in the backfield for yet another sack.
So contradictory to popular belief, there's no 2-minute warning here in high school football. Here's Hoover now, dancing in the pocket, nowhere to go. He's going to fire. He's got a man. He's got Little. Little has the sideline. He picks up the first down a little more. Clock still ticking, but Spartans still moving.
Yeah, to me, it almost looked like that bolt hit the ground there. Obviously, my eyesight isn't 20/20, but nevertheless, the Spartans have the first down, and that is a huge play there from the Spartans.
Might not have 20/20 vision, but he hit him with precision.
That was a good one, Brandon.
Thank you, Jake. I try my best.
But on a more serious note, the incompletion there to Etro. There's now 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this ball game. And, yeah, you got to convert here. It's really no other option. You can't take the field goal. You have to score, and you got to put your foot forward. These are the drives that define your football team. The Spartans offense versus the Wayne Hills defense. Who will win?
This is what everything this season has led up to. State playoffs.
Here's Hoover now, back to pass. Hoover fires. He's got a man. There's September picking up the first down. And Sparta is moving here.
Yeah, that is just an absolute rifle from the quarterback Hoover there. He's looked excellent in the second half. He has completely turned it around in this ball game.
Clock ticking. We're almost approaching the 1 minute mark here. Hoover alone in the backfield, taking his time with this snap count. Hoover back to pass. Hoover is going to fire. He's got a man. He's got Little. Little takes a big hit. And that's going to be a pickup of about 6 there. But the clock is still running as we are under 1 minute here to play. Hoover alone in the backfield. Hoover takes the snap. Hoover back to pass using his legs. Hoover is going to run for it himself. Breaks the tackle, reaches end zone. Touchdown, Jacob Hoover. Shane Hoover makes a great play. It's a tie ball game with 36 seconds to go.
Well, not just yet. They got to make the extra point. We'll see if this touchdown stands. I believe it does, but if I'm not wrong, it looks like they're going for 2 in the state playoffs. I could be wrong.
So it may be interesting here. Hoover is their kicker. He's also their kicker. I mean,
I did not know that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're going to do here. I mean, I see Etro on the field. I see a lot of their common offensive players. I see Shagawat.
This is insane. This is
the
game right here. This is the game.
Are they going for it? Are they going for 2? They're going for 2. They're going for the win here. Are you serious? And Wayne Hills will take a timeout. Oh boy.
All right,
Keep
so
it on the line. Oh my God.
We got to take a couple seconds here to decompress. I mean, this is crazy. I was gonna say, do you go for 2 if you score, or do you go for the extra point? This is gutsy here from the Spartans offense. This is your season for both teams. I mean, this is absolutely insane. Brandon, Mike, I mean, what do you think happens here?
This is literally the for both teams, a season-defining play. This is it right here. Like, no matter what happens, even if Wayne Hills gets the ball back, they're gonna have minimal time. I mean, this is really just everything on the table right here.
Every 5 a.m. practice, every ref in the summer, every Oklahoma drill, it all comes down to this. Wayne Hills or Sparta, 2-point conversion for the win.
Hoover with Shagawa in the backfield. Shagawa goes in motion. Hoover fires for the end zone. It's incomplete. September dropped it. What coverage by Vasilopoulos.
September, it is not your month. Wayne Hills with an absolutely unreal stop there on the 2-point conversion. And this is an insane ending to the first round playoff game for Wayne Hills football.
Wayne Hills is going to come out of here with the win.
Yeah, Sparta's going to likely onside kick it here, but if Wayne Hills recovers, that is the game, folks.
What a just series. That was great offense by Sparta to push it down the field. It was a great, move, and it was a really gutsy call there to go for the 2-point conversion. I don't think that pass could have been any better by Hoover. He hit September in the hands, and it just slipped through his hands. I mean, it's very cold out here, but still, season on the line, you have to make that kind of grab.
Not an easy catch, especially with the impressive coverage by Vasily Vasilopoulos. Covered him like a blanket right there. And Vasilopoulos, he is just so important to this team, and it's great they see him back from injury and back on the field.
Yeah, I was truly heartbroken when Vasilopoulos got hurt in that Old Japan game, and now he's back and better than ever.
So Hoover, Hills is going to use a timeout here, and Hoover's going to have the ball back in his court now. He's going to try and kick an onside kick here. I'm not familiar with high school practices. I'm not sure how much you really practice this, especially when you have a quarterback as a kicker. You don't have a kicker where it's like the only thing they do. You have a quarterback who is a kicker, but also your quarterback and a punter. So I'm not sure how much Hoover actually practices his onside kick, but it's going to be interesting to see, what happens here.
Sparta needing a miracle right here. The outside kick, one of the least likely plays in football. But right now, they're praying it works.
And the decision to go for 2, I made this joke before, but that's going to be in the coach's nightmares tonight and probably for the rest of the offseason if they don't win this game.
Okay, so here is Hoover now attempting the onside kick. Hoover, it's a squibber. The ball comes out, but I believe Hills got on top of it. I believe Hills has it. Wayne Hills has the football, and Wayne Hills has the game. 32 seconds to go, Wayne Hills ball. This game is set in stone. What a game from the Patriots.
A defensive struggle. We knew Wayne Hills could win the shootouts, but could they win a defensive battle won in the trenches? And yes, they can. And they are going to advance to the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and on a windy, spooky Halloween night, it looks like Wayne Hills is going to win in their first game of the playoffs. I mean, this was a cinematic game, almost as good as the Valley game, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, Wayne Hills' defense painted an absolute masterpiece in this game as James Wolf will take the knee, and that's going to do it. Wayne Hills advances to the second round. What a game. Wayne Hills has just really proven themselves against this Sparta team.
A tough battle. Sparta may have been a 7 seed, but they played just as good as Wayne Hills. They could have been ranked at any point in the conference, and they would have been believable. But Wayne Hills is just barely able to bridge the one out.
Well, that about wraps it up. Once again, tonight's final score is Wayne Hills 21, Sparta 20. We will see you next week as the Patriots will meet either Passaic Valley or Pascack Valley right here at Patriot Stadium for a chance to go to the sectional finals. So on behalf of the entire Wayne Hills TV crew, good night, and we will see you right back here next Friday.